What's going on, guys? It's me, Shugishu. We are back with another Umamusume video. In this video, we are going to be training Tsurumaru Tsuyoshi. Just to see if I could train her for the League of Heroes. Mainly for the League of Heroes, I do try my best to just train Umas that I don't normally use. For the, normally use, but have been wanting to use them at one point. I just wish that Tsurumaru had a 3-star, or I guess you say a limited rather than using her 2-star version, but it's fine. She'll probably eventually get one. Maybe, but maybe not, because Biko Pegasus hasn't gone in one yet, right? Yeah, Biko Pegasus hasn't gone in one yet, so it is what it is, excuse me. But I'm gonna try and train her. See if I could train a decent one, or a pretty good one, so to speak, for the League of Heroes, right? I keep saying League of Heroes because it is, right? It is. Let me double check. Right? I think it is. I don't know why I keep forgetting, but it is what it is. We're gonna be training her. As for this setup, I'm gonna keep trying this setup because honestly, it wasn't that bad. Besides the, what was my Cheval Grand setup? Yeah, this one had 1 stamina, and it pretty much still did have close to max stamina, but I don't need max stamina because it's only like 2,000 meters, right? So that's why I keep thinking maybe I should just go 2 power, but I wouldn't be able to get guts trained, so that's why I just keep the stamina card for the sake of guts, and we'll just see how this goes. So the cards is pretty much the same as yesterday, right? Because I trained Bubblegum Fellow yesterday. Yeah, I should have been the same. So Teo and Almondai for the speed cards, my Shododo for the stamina, Forever Young, Wise, and then Power Tamamo, borrowing, and using my Tazuna friend card. So that is pretty much it for the setup, and we're gonna get the run started. Before we get started with the run and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, and if you guys haven't joined a circle, there's a channel called Circle Quest in the Discord server. For those who haven't joined a circle or looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join to let me know that you want to join a circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel or Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But I didn't check if Eugen already filled up the space, but from what I remember, there should be at least 4 spots remaining. Or I made 4 spots. Or I think there was already 2 left, and then I just added 2 more. Either or, there should be space. Unless Eugen had added or filled the spots already. But other than that, it's not yet time for Enfield, if I'm not mistaken. I said it was over the weekend, right? So don't need to worry about that. Did I do anything on Enfield? Oh no, I think I'm planning to do the finally update my factory. At least that's what I'm hoping. There's that. I think I don't remember if the Pink Paws heist, bank heist, and NTE reset it, or if it resets after this week. I didn't check because all I remember was I think it did reset, right? Because last week was a double week, right? And then this week they doubled or no, they did something. There's like a fishing event going on, which I don't know if they I feel like they nerfed the deliveries for the well, the city stamina stuff. Because the past 2 weeks, I've noticed that the amount of 40 to 48k deliveries had disappeared. Like, the most I would see it like once every 2 days, I think, at the very least once every 2 days, unless it's just having a weird moment. I don't know, maybe they're doing that on purpose for now because of the fishing event. I don't know, but I should probably do something about the fishing, because I didn't touch it ever since the first time I tried it out, just because. So it would be interesting to see what would happen after the fishing event. I guess. I don't know. Did I do anything else in Enfield? I did mention that I finished the fissure event, right? That essentially opens up more of the new area. But there's also like the area on the bottom right, I believe, where I tried going. It's still fogged up for me, so I guess I just haven't found the actual way to get there. I tried, but I guess I need to explore more. But I did try, and I kept running around in circles basically. So I don't know if it's another mission, which I should probably check, or if I'm just that bad apparently at finding the route to get there. I do need to get started with continue on with the Genshin event story with Senjoni, because it is now at this point a week before it ends. So either I get it done sometime before the weekend, or I get it done during the weekend, and then I get Star Rail done first before the weekend. So I still haven't started that. I've been doing other things. And I also need to train in global, because I don't entirely. I think I have 2 Umas that I could use for the upcoming CM. I think at least 2, which I believe is Cap and Marzensky, I think. But I am training her for the goal. I mean, I am training. I am doing a training video after this for global. I don't know why I was having a hard time trying to finish that sentence. What else? Girls Frontline, I just pretty much need to do the last part of the soiree. I believe I'm in the last part of the soiree. I just didn't finish it when I was playing, because something came up. Essentially, I did leave off like right at Laurelie's part. Like, I had already done Nova. I guess I'm the only one I'm talking to about this. I already did Andorus or the Florence, choosing between them and all that, and the one before that with I forgot who. That was like a few days ago. But I think I should be very close to the end. I should be. Feels like it. I already did the story, the challenge modes, and the supplies, obviously. As soon as I could. Well, the challenge, I waited until it was all fully unlocked, and then I did it. Story and supply completed once it was unlocked or released. So Frontline should be pretty much good for the most part. Yeah, so I do have basically 2 games to worry about. Well, do I have anything to worry about else in the other games? Well, yes. NT, I do need to do the events there at one point. Because thankfully, Eroi got released last week. So there should be at least 2 weeks left prior to me needing to do their events. So there's that. At least, which will give me time for, like I said, Genshin and Star Rail. Wuwa should be fine as well. The same thing as NTE. Enfield don't have to worry about until I believe Sunday when I'm assuming I will pull for her. The idol character, I forgot her name. Oh, and I think I finally got the essence I needed for the will setup for Arcane. So I'm gonna see how that goes and test out how Arcane is as a support in a Fangyi team. But that also means I need to pick out, I think, Eternal Share Knight as the set. Or Eternal? Yeah, I think Eternal Share Knight's what it's called for the gear setup. So essentially I have 2 setups for Arcane ready at this point. Well, not ready, but I'll basically have 2 setups ready for Arcane, whether I want to use her as a DPS or support, which feels nice. I'm trying to think what else I need to do in Enfield, because honestly, most of my characters' masteries aren't up. It would just be basically the limited characters, so Arcane, Fangyi, Lavitane, Rossi. Well, I didn't purposely pull for Rossi. Like I said, it just happened. Did I miss an? And Mifu. Basically just limited characters, like I said. Things should be fine. I don't know who would get replaced, though. Probably Perlica would get replaced in the team, if I were to assume. I feel like Perlica would be the one that gets booted for whatever reason. Actually, I don't even know what the new characters can do, so I don't know if it would be better to remove Perlica or Arclight just yet. I'm just assuming Perlica just so I don't have to worry about if I need to use 2 teams at one point and can't overlap. Unless there is. Well, anyways, unless there is. Actually don't remember if there is, but unless that happens, I'm thinking of there isn't anything that does that, right? Where you can't repeat characters just yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't do something in Enfield, but I honestly don't remember an endgame that doesn't require that, so. But yeah, at one point I don't want to have to worry about repeating characters in different teams. Because I do have Perlica well, for me at least, I have her also in my Lavitane team. That's pretty much it, actually. Because my Mifu team has Rossi, Chen, and Akakuri. And then technically I could use Arcane also as a support for Levantine team. Technically. I guess not technically, I can. And then I think I mentioned this yesterday. Woo Sweet Sweet's pretty much built. All echoes and all that. And then I think they just updated Whimpering Waste, so that'll be fun. But other than that, I don't think there's much for me to mention unless I forgot something. Unless I forgot something. Oh, I guess I could make y'all guess something. I think it's been 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks. Maybe a little over. But at least maybe like a half an hour in a day. And half an hour to an hour. I have been playing a rhythm game on the side. It's not Bang Dream. Even I still play Bang Dream here and there, but it's just when I'm bored, more or less. But this, if you know what I'm talking about, comment down below. I'm curious to see if y'all would know anyway. To me it's fun. I like playing rhythm games. Always like playing rhythm games for the fun of it. I'm not necessarily too serious about it. Not necessarily too serious about it, but I do play rhythm games for the heck of it. One, because of obviously the music. I did enjoy Bang Dream's music and the covers and all that, so. And I did enjoy the anime, although yeah, I didn't watch any of the most recent Bang Dreams, if you guys were curious, like the Maiko and all that. I haven't seen it yet. I need to do a race. Needs to do a race. But yeah, guess down below, because the only literal clue that should be pretty obvious is it has released within like the last 2 weeks or so. Maybe a little over. Other than that, I think I could just go over the comments now. Let me refresh it because I've had it here. Just I don't know if any new comments have been added while I just let it sit. Doesn't look like it. So I'm gonna go over the one comment before all the rest of the comment, which is Nova's. But the first comment I meant to say is from T-Dog. I'm just calling you T-Dog, if you're cool with that. I found 2 stamina quite strong as opposed to 1 stamina, 1 power. It also makes it easier to hit max stamina and speed. Well, I don't know how. Well, if you saw earlier, I did reach pretty much max speed and almost max stamina without needing 2 stamina cards on the build for the long distance CM last time. So I don't think I need 2 stamina if whether or not I wanted to go for max stamina or not. At least that's what it felt like when I trained that Cheval Grand. And the reason why I'm not looking for max stamina, well, it's only 2,000 meters, and if it happens, it happens with one's card. I'm more worried about my guts not getting build, which obviously getting 2 stamina would help out. But I personally feel like I would want more power and guts in this, guts in this situation rather than more stamina. More stamina as in close to max stamina. I wouldn't need or assume I need max stamina for this time around. That's why I'm debating whether or not I should try 1 guts. So at least to at least maybe be able to get guts higher than 1200 without needing a stamina card, and then essentially just using one power to see if I can get stamina 1200, which I probably should have tested it out. I haven't tried it yet. But that's my reasoning on not wanting to use 2 stamina, because I don't see a reason to want to go for max stamina. That's just me, though. That is just me, though. Although 2 stamina would help for guts if I wanted to. But when I did use 3 speed and 1 stamina, power did take a big hit where it was basically just barely over 1200 for me, which I didn't want, because I did want a little bit more power than 1200, obviously, to possibly get my rank higher. But right now, pretty much just messing around, trying to see if I can get what I want without needing to use stamina as much. That's primarily the goal as of right now, even though the CM League of Heroes is coming in what, 10 days, sometime next week. Sometime next week, even though it's fairly close, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with trying it out. As long as the League of Heroes, I pretty much like messing around. Then after that, it's going to be mile. Yeah, I believe it's going to be mile distance. And that makes me even more, I mean, it's 2,000. What is it? 1,600 maybe? 1,800 possibly? 1,800. So from 2,000 to 1,800, it's not that much of a difference. The question begs to differ again. It's like, do I really want to run 2 stamina the lesser the distance is? So like that's the reason why I wouldn't want to use 2 stamina. For the mile one, I'd probably, since it's only a 200-meter difference, I'd probably be fine trying out at one point 1 guts and 1 power, just to see where it goes. Just to see where it goes, but yeah, as of right now, I have no intention on using 2 stamina. Because like I said, even when I could use 3 speed and 1 stamina, and I was able to get close to max stamina, essentially. So I don't think the 2 stamina would. The 2 stamina would probably help a little bit more on the guts part, but it doesn't help with the power situation that I'm having. Because even with 3 speed, my power was still low. It was lower than the stamina, obviously, but yeah. What is Tsurumaru's schedule? Because I would assume I still need to. Did I totally skip out on? No, I didn't. Give me a sec. What is her schedule? She doesn't have that many races. So maybe I should probably squeeze in at least 2 different races. I don't remember from the last time, but I just want to make sure. I'll just squeeze in the Triple Crown, since she already has the Kikasho. But yeah, T-Dog, thank you. 2nd place. Thank you for the suggestion. Although I'm not looking for 2 stamina. I'm not looking for 2 stamina. I'm not worried about stamina at this time around. Maybe I wasn't meant to do another race. The same Sky is saying nah. Was this a mistake? I'm about to grab... What's this? I'm about to grab skills just for the sake of it now. We'll grab all that. We're gonna redo this. Stay in Sky, I'm not gonna let this happen. By the way, thank you, Nova, for letting me know that you could pick skills after you have to reset a race. I don't know if that was a setup to not get a win and just lose that, kind of like the whole Chrono situation. But I was not gonna accept that. I was not gonna accept that. But yeah, thank you, T-Dog, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. Or hopefully I see you more in the comment section. I believe this is your first time in the comment section, but I do appreciate the comment regardless, because I do appreciate the comments. Other than that, that just leaves Nova's comments, and then that'll be pretty much it. That will be pretty much it. So, wait, do we have the... Wait. Does she have it? One. Oh, that's just the thing. I was gonna say, what the heck? Let me just schedule the derby just in case. Just in case, but we'll see. But starting off with Nova's comments, the first one being, just finished the new Zenless story, and yeah, I was not expecting that kind of drama. It wasn't. There was some drama. Definitely some drama. It turns out that we're getting into the villain chapter very soon. I'm still thinking that Truvia, I don't know if it was Trudia and JP, but it was Truvia. Scene reminded me of the fact that Zenless can kill off characters at one point. I mean... So I'm surprised that she lived. But then the ending scene happened and I'm like, yep, the Frolova of Zenless has come into existence. And maybe she'll show her true face next time. I do love me some childhood trauma arc, and 3.1 has delivered. I think for the most part, Zenless is, like I said, has done a good part, has done good delivering. Sometimes it'll be a little short, but I feel like, regardless, Zenless, as a whole, Zenless has done well. That's what I feel, at least. As a whole, I feel like Zenless has done fairly well, just like Wuwa. Special week? What skill this time should I get? Huh? What skill should I get this time? This is ridiculous. Alright. I never thought I'd be getting skills in the middle of this, unless it was like Chrono or whatever, but here we are. Here we are. Because special week ain't letting it happen. The same thing with Sky. Same Sky. So hopefully this is enough. I didn't think I'd get stopped by Special Week and Same Sky. Jeez. Jeez. Actually, I probably should just went along with however her schedule was, just to see if I had to do it or not. But oh well. I did it anyway. I did it anyway. It is what it is. I'm definitely pulling the Uma and Claret. I'm still certain that all three Sunbringers will be made playable. I do think so also. But you know what, they might release the fourth one. Oh god, Wallet's still gonna be tight. Fourth one as in they make a separate solo Sunbringer with her as a whole? Maybe is what you're assuming? Is that what you're assuming? That's what it sounds like you're assuming. Excuse me. Maybe. I could see them doing all three because obviously they did show all three. Basically, also the whole AOD or Angels of Delusions tactic, I guess. Because if they're technically three different pieces or parts of Sunbringer, then they all have their own different roles as they do in their positions and Rose Califers, so it would be the same in combat, right? You would assume so, right? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm avoiding diversity DA for now. It's diversity? I thought it was adversity. I don't know which one it is. I could be wrong. I heard that you can get 2 stars if you're not a whale, but not sure how. Gonna have to lock in. Otherwise, yeah, that mode is gonna be harder than the holograms in Wuwa. We'll see. Because, well, I could see why it would be harder because, honestly, I couldn't even... like I said, I couldn't even get 10k points. That's 1 star. So, but at that time, I do admit that I don't think I was doing whatever they said to do in the description prior to me trying. And then it didn't do any better the second time I tried, so yeah, I still need to figure it out. Otherwise, it'll be kind of hopeless for me if it really is basically a a whale end of game content, end game content, I should say. End game content for whales, if that's how it is. Because if you're not a whale and you could only get 2 stars, I still, in my eyes, I still see it as a problem. Because obviously in Wuwa you can clear these holograms as a free-to-play player. It all depends on how you fight. And then in this case, I feel it does matter how you fight, because I feel like there's certain conditions you need to meet in order to get the points. That's how I feel about this new part of Deadly Assault. So I don't know. If it was basically meant for whales, that's one thing I can disagree with, and not like. Because then it would be like, I don't know, in a way, it doesn't necessarily bother me because it just missing out on the currency for the new shop, but then it kind of just feels like now it becomes a limited shop for whales at the same time, which kind of bugs me the wrong way when games kind of go towards that direction. Well, yeah, because a lot of these games that I do play are more on the more balanced / free-to-play friendly in my eyes. In my eyes, because I'm able to still clear endgame content without being a whale. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. It won't stop me from playing the game. It won't make me hate the game. It's just something I just disagree with. I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna be like those people gonna be like, oh, I can't beat this now, I don't want to play the game anymore. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people like that. I'm pretty sure there's people like that. I can't clear the new part of, or the new updated Deadly Assault, therefore I'm gonna quit. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I've been talking crap about people quitting just because of the gacha system. or not even giving the game a chance. Gotcha system. Why wouldn't I do the same for people who just quits? Who just quits a game for one update to a game mode that is essentially, I guess, built for whales, when you could still enjoy the rest of the game the way it is. So we'll see. We shall see. In WoW, it's all about the weapon, Shushu. No weapon, no character. That's honestly what it feels. If you're not at least using the standard banner character weapons, I feel like was it 4-star, 5-star weapons? 4-star? The purple weapons are just kind of just, if you really need to use them, you really need to use them. I just feel like they feel way weaker than using A ranks in Zenless. At least that's how it feels. But honestly, I don't remember how the purple weapons feel in WoW, because it's been a long time since I've used the purple weapon, basically since 1 point whatever. So I don't know. I will end up getting the weapon for Suisu regardless. That ain't gonna stop me. They give out so many pulls in Mongo, and that means I'm pulling until I'm dry. I don't know if I'm pulling but we win the Kika show, but with a C. Whatever. Whatever. Mongol, I don't think I'm pulling for the Inquisitor. I don't think. I did do her trial. Did I mention this? I don't know if I did, but I did try her trial. Not that I didn't enjoy her gameplay. I just, like I said, I don't feel like I need another electric destroyer when I have Nagi. It just doesn't feel like it, because right now I kind of feel the same way when it came down to Verna, because I had Mina, and they're both melee or fighter fire types, but I couldn't say no to Verna because I had already essentially liked Verna when I first saw her, and this was before her summer version. So there's that. But at least I can have different teams. I would like maybe another support to get released. Oh wait, no, never mind. I couldn't make it. No, never mind. I technically have like 3 or 4 teams at the moment, because I do have the summer characters, Francis and Verna, along with, I guess, Nagi is what I would put as a destroyer. And then for the other team, I have Mina and her sister. And then I could go with the ice standard character. Forgot her name. Or I could add the standard fire destroyer character. I forgot her name as well. Yeah, you should know who I'm talking about, maybe. You should. That would be my second team. And I do have like Penny. I don't have any other characters there. I think I might have like 2 to 3 teams, not 3 to 4, but regardless. Regardless, I'm having fun with the game. Odette, that's Oriana from League. I don't remember Oriana. Heck, I barely remember League characters. Do I remember who Oriana is? Was she always there? I don't remember this character. I really don't remember this character. Yeah, I don't remember her. I'll be honest. Wait. I'm looking at pictures. Do I remember? I don't remember. The last time I played League, like I said, had to be like 10 years ago. 2016, yeah, it definitely had to be like 10 years ago at the very least. But I don't remember Oriana. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Iroi made it easy for me too. Maybe too easy? I mean, she made it double easy for you because she appeared twice. Yeah, because we basically essentially had the same pull count. If you don't count my extra pulls to try and go for her skin. But, yeah. Essentially, I should still be fine pulling for Zonko. Yep, Trigger and her W engine. That is what I chose. Then pick Seed with her W engine. So mine is now at M1. Well, I can't say mine is, or I chose, because I don't even know how much you need to swipe for that, but I still haven't gotten the skins yet, so who knows? Who knows if I'll have enough? I don't think I'll have enough to reach that far, if I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I shouldn't. One of those Persona 5 collabs killed off Alchemy Stars a year later. Oof. I have heard of Alchemy Stars. I think I also did see that collab. I didn't know they EOS. I'm assuming that's what you meant by killed off Alchemy Stars. Yeah, I didn't know they're gone because of after that. Well, but Signora will always be just the one in my heart, the harbinger who became vengeful after a tragedy that's happened to her lover a long time ago. Rip Signora. Yeah, if I didn't... Honestly, I had a hard time remembering her name before. Because after she died off in the story, I kind of just... boop. And that was a while ago. And that was a while ago. So it definitely was just a blip in my mind after that. Speaking of 50-50, I just did my first gacha in Blue Archive since that change, and funny enough, I didn't even get to the 100 before I got the 2 limited rate up characters. So I didn't even have the chance to utilize that new system. The rates are still the same. Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it again? If it still essentially kind of just feels the same in a way. Which, you know, I'm about to talk about is going to be the same thing for all these. Essentially, the Enfield system that people are complaining about. They're all basically the same, just different. Slight differences on the cap on when you get the guaranteed character, limited character. But yet people still have the audacity to complain and all that, even though it's... Not bad. Even though it's not bad. So it is what it is. For Zenless, yeah, I came for the gooning and stayed for the story and some more gooning. Hey, I respect that. Because you at least you're enjoying the game and not judging it based on the gacha system. You're actually judging it and basing it off your actual experience and enjoyment of the game. Which, why I'm cool with it. I don't care if it's for the gooning. I don't, as long as you essentially did love or stay for the story, which you did, and still enjoy other elements of the game, not letting the gacha system judge it, I can respect that. And I can accept that because essentially you're enjoying the game the way it should be. Not because of the gacha system. Which is why I said what I said about it the past like 2-3 videos, maybe even 4. Like I said, 10 toes strong. I don't care what people say. This gacha system seems perfectly fine. And once again, 10 toes strong. if you're gonna not play a game or quit a game or not even try a game out because of the gacha system, don't even think about playing gacha games in the future. Heck, I don't even know if people like who does that even enjoy JRPG, RPG, story, adventure, solo games, basically. Because, and they're letting a gacha system push them away from playing the actual game, then I can't believe that they actually enjoy games. There's no way in hell I believe they actually enjoy games if that's as far as they're gonna go when it comes to gacha games. So yeah, 10 toes strong. That's what I believe in. Now that I know the ending, I think I can say that my original hypothesis doesn't really fit the current understanding of the three Sunbringers. That's why I didn't say nothing. I needed you to play the story. I needed you to play the story. My hypothesis or theory was a little bit more closer. In a sense where I said that... Well, it kind of more matched the end of 3.1 story, where I said that Remiel pretty much was... or it was like a setup between Remiel and the Sunbringers. But in this case... what was that one's name? The one Laverne? Was that her name? Linvern. I was close. Linvern. Well, technically Sigrid, because Sigrid had to wait until the perfect time to let Linvern know. Well, like I said, it was pretty close. Mine was close to that part, but the original one, more or less. But I would say no. Mine was my hypothesis or theory was more closer to the ending of the 3.1 story rather than the original intention of Remiel. But I don't blame her. You can't blame her the way she described it, right? The way she described her or said her reasoning. But like I said, Linvern is probably most likely my favorite until I get to know Eldrada more, or we get more Eldrada. Not that I don't like Dracena, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Linvern was just really fun. Really liked her. But anyways, I know for sure they have a specific core in all three of them from the original. They have 3 pieces of the same core. Is that what you meant to say? I don't know if that's what you meant to say, but from my understanding, they have 3 pieces of the same core. Ramiel, yet again, to no one's surprise, lied again to us. So we can rule out that they aren't Void Hunter's weapons, at least in this mysterious organization. Something tells me that they're connected to the creator. I don't know who Ramiel is working with. We still don't know Ramiel's motives, especially on the considering that she still lies to us, even though well, I guess she lies to us when maybe at the parts where they aren't essentially playing the Q&A. You feel me? At least that's what I think. Because you know how some parts of the story, they just talk without the questions. So I don't know. Because, well... I'm trying to see what else I can think and get out of it. I don't know where I was trying to go at this point. But what I can say is it was nice to see basically a Hoshimi ancestor in the, I guess, Remio's memories. Which then, does that mean at one point Miyabi's gonna get involved in the story? Maybe? I mean, she did at one point in season 2, right? At the end. You can't essentially phase out Miyabi because of her being a Void Hunter, right? So that means maybe also Xiaoguang will also have a comeback at one point. Maybe even have a more of an understanding of Tailless and the Qingming sword. That'd be pretty dope. Maybe if they will go that route. I think there's also still more lore we can probably get out of Remiel, because I felt like we only got bits and pieces of her past. So there's definitely could be more. So we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, guys, now that I'm looking at the time, I don't know if I'll be able to post global today. Not that I didn't want to, but if anything, I'll just post it tomorrow. I'll just post it tomorrow. I'll admit I did have a later start today, but I do have something to do. And I do need to get this video uploaded and edited prior. Prior to leaving, so I just had to check the time. If anything, yeah, I'll just post Wednesday. Heck, maybe I'll do Wednesday. Yeah, I'll do Wednesday, Thursday, tomorrow and Thursday. It's fine. It's essentially the same thing. I'm still posting it. So if there's no global video today, then now you know. But other than that, that is pretty much it for all the comments from Nova and T-Dog. There aren't any newer comments. Oops. From me refreshing it. So yeah, we're good on this part. on this end. So thank you, Nova, and thank you, T-Dog, for the comments. Appreciate it always. And I just remembered nearly that I didn't know that Nuz had commented on my Woowa video for Sweet Sweet when I was pulling for her, but I kept forgetting throughout the past couple videos that, or a few videos, that it was there. So I'm gonna go over it now. And also, nice to see you in the comment section, even if it's not for an Uma. Still nice to see you in the comment section. Nuz, I think the last time you commented, it was you were prepping for your last exams, right? For university. So I'm assuming you're commenting because you're done. I mean, it's been a while since then, so I would assume that maybe you had finished your exams and then probably just celebrated or whatever. Celebrated, maybe even went, I would assume, maybe job hunting, maybe. And then only now you started commenting, but we'll see. We'll see if you do decide to comment like more after this. But it says, congrats on getting soy sauce. Honestly, you don't really need Sweet Sweet her sig. She is good with variation, but of course it's up to you. It's more of a flex in my opinion. If it was a character I didn't like, I probably would have considered, but I do like her a lot, along with the new Yang Yang, obviously, but I do like Sweet Sweet a lot. So to me, it would be to me, it would feel like a disservice if I don't get her weapon. To me personally, like in Zenless, I basically don't have W engines for like 3, maybe 4 characters. I don't feel as bad because I'm still doing darn well, but I don't feel as bad because these are characters that I don't essentially like as much compared to Sui Sui. Not that I don't like him, because I do like Juyuin. I did like Suna. But I do see that I am getting held back by not having, I do feel like I'm getting held back by not having her W engine, just by a little bit, because my AOD team feels weaker than it should. Because I feel like having her W engine lets the what's it called again? It activates that thing a little bit more. Which is why I don't use Suna and Zhao with well, I don't even know if you play Zenless Nuz, but I guess for Nova, Nova, just in case you don't play Zenless Nuz, and I'm just assuming, but that's essentially why I don't use Suna with Zhao and Xiaoguang, is because I feel like I'm not activating a thing more often than I should. So that's why I've been using dial-in more with Xiaoguang and Zhao rather than Suna. And about Uma, to be honest, I'm really burnt out from the game. Tried playing it after I finished my exams, but the game just felt really boring, so I'm on hiatus. I don't know how long ago it was since your exams. But I don't think you were even playing Uma as much to begin with. I mean, Uma's not that bad. I think it was your on and off or not playing Uma too much that kind of gave you that feeling. But I feel like maybe wait off until the half Annie, and that would be like a good boost to you coming back. That's what I would think, at least. Maybe. But thank you, Nuz, for the comment. Hopefully I see you in the comment section. Again, more did I see that right? But more often now that you're done with exams. But I saw a name. What is this? Where is it? And this was a comment 2 months ago. I just realized this for some whatever reason. But it was a comment on on how to get Commander Special Week. If you're here watching, I can't believe this is your name. The Superior Katsuragi Ace Gooner. I guess another person who looks for the Gooner and the Gooning in Uma. I'll just like and heart it for the sake of like and hearting it because I went over it. There is a perfect comment that I see on one of my Pokemon videos that feels like it relates to what I've been ranting about the past few videos. And it says, I skipped some dialogue and wondered why we presumably got kicked out of the Battle Society, so this helped. What did I say about people? Oh, this is for a Pokemon game, but it's still story related, and you were able to skip. So this is funny how the past few days, videos, I've been ranting about people wanting a skip button, skipping the story, and then later on figuring out or being mad at or wondering why they don't know what's going on. Well, maybe because you skipped the story. But this person that it sounded like, oh no, this was definitely done on purpose because he said I skipped some dialogue. That he had to go to a video to see what's going on. Essentially, still going through the story. So it's like, what's the whole point of skipping the story if you're still gonna go back and look and see what it's about because you decided to skip the story. So just this person on a non-gacha game basically gave me the perfect example of what I've been one of those things I've been ranting about. So yeah, thanks, Lichbane, for essentially backing up what I've been ranting about. People who skip the story and then wondering why they don't understand what's going on later. It is what it is. It is what it is. But we're almost done here, obviously, as you guys can notice. Stats are looking pretty good. Stats are looking pretty good. The stamina is where I want it to be. Honestly, it's not as high, as close to max, but come on, 1445 for 2000. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, I would say. I would wish power could make it to. Where's my power? 1700. I don't think it will. But I think this is a pretty good run because it gives me the stamina I've been looking for. Obviously, if I had a little bit more stamina, it could. Well, if I had worked more on stamina, guts would go up. But let's just see how this ends. Let's just see how this ends, because the main difference between this run and the Cheval run is that my power is lower. That would be the main difference. But let's see how this run goes. Not bad. We did get skills, so let's get that out of the way. I should start on the bottom because that's where I normally start. Then just pick up the skills and we'll see how this run went after. Maybe I'll finally have a Tsurumaru Tsuyoshi train for an event, and maybe I could match that with a bubblegum fellow later on. Maybe. Then maybe I'll be able to run Umas that I've been trying to run in these events soon. Maybe. I don't know who would my next one be though. If this run goes as well as I think it is. Maybe. Not sure, but maybe. go back down. Actually, might as well. That's long distance. Let's do that and that. That's long distance. Don't want that. Oh, not. That's a dirt. We could get about 2 more. 118. There we go. All right. Time to see how we did. We did also get an S aptitude, which is great. All right. Leader and medium. Bang, bang. Let's go. Let's see. Will I see a gold lettering or will it still be a UA? It would have to be a high UA at the very least. But will we see gold lettering? This would be my second at US, maybe. Nah. How close were we, though? It's a little bit more. I feel like... Let's take a look. Now, see. Maybe, like I said, a little bit more on the stamina, obviously, for the sake of guts. Power obviously would have helped if it went up to 1700. And then maybe, yeah, just a little bit on wise. But honestly, if it was a bit, maybe a little bit on stamina to get guts a little bit hard, but honestly, pretty good run. Pretty good run. That was my best run too. Wait, did I even go over? Did I even go over stats? 2174 speed, 1492 stamina, 1660 power, 1044 guts, and 1622 on wise. So yeah. Honestly, if I had done more stamina training than power training, it would probably be swap, and it would probably look like the Cheval run where there's going to be close to maxed out stamina, and then guts will be a little bit lower, probably 1300 at the very least. So essentially pretty close to pretty close to how the Cheval run could have been, or was. I don't know if I'm getting my words right now. But I do kind of want to try and see. I think I might try and see if double power or 1 guts, 1 power, just to see on my own time, and I'll let y'all know. If tomorrow we end up just using the same setup with a different Uma, then you know why. But other than that, with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have made it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing with your training prep for the League of Heroes. Let me know who you guys are bringing. And if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined our Discord server, link is down in the description as well. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.